We're down here in Clapham.
I'm Dan.
I'm Mike Lancaster, and we're going to introduce you to our speakers and tell you a little bit more about the event that we're having on Tuesday, 11th of September, down in Revolution Bar.
Yep, that's Revolution Bar, 95 to 97 Clapham Road.
Right, it's our networking event, and basically what it is that we've got a initiative that we want to bring professionals, entrepreneurs, creative minds all together in a space so that we can connect with each other and create opportunities, you know. So we've done events like this. Last year, 2017, we did the Love, Life and Business down at Croydon Conference Centre, and then this year, 2018, we started the Networth and Chill for entrepreneurs, professionals, and creative minds. So, without further ado, we're going to introduce our speakers, what we're going to have down there on the night. And if we start with the charismatic Spencer Fearon. Spencer, say hello.
Hey everyone.
We've got Fiona Small.
Hello.
Well, there's nothing small about it.
Nothing small.
Remember, my balance ain't small. Lifestyle ain't
personality,
small.
big, everything.
Clothes sense ain't small. Nothing small on that.
So yeah, she's a perfect speaker.
Small is big.
Yeah, so AKA it's real big. But KamBamrah.
Hi, nice to meet you all. Look forward to seeing you on the night.
Great. So these speakers are top of their game. They've been through a few challenges, and now they're quite successful in their field. And just gonna speak to you and let you know what challenges they've come across and what how to sort of skip over certain issues or obstacles that we have in business. And this is why we've gathered these guys, because they are on point. And we're just going to let you know who they are a little bit. We've got a few questions that we're going to ask them. You're probably looking at, you may have seen the promotions on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we're everywhere. We're posting posters up all over London. Like, you know, we've got a good amount of people coming down. So we're going to let you know who these guys are. And we've got a few questions, and let's hope they can let you know a little bit more about themselves.
I'm going to go with the question. We go individually, same question, or
shall we throw it out there? Throw it out there. Yeah, all right. We'll throw it out there. I mean, let's introduce ourselves. Let's talk. Firstly, name, profession, specialist area. Spencer, what would you say?
Specialist area. I'm a boxing analyst and historical pundit for Sky Sports. Ringside Toe to Toe, the highest rated boxing podcast in the whole wide world.
Jeez.
So, I mean, I'm grateful for that, but I mean, I'm also a speaker. Just come back from Pakistan and Egypt, so I'm being very grateful that I get to travel and stuff like that. But that's what I do.
Okay, that's Spencer. That's great. Fiona Small.
I'm Fiona Small, founder of a non-for-profit organisation called Young Mums Support Network, which has been going for 6 years. I'm also a mother of 2, and I run a variety of programmes in the community.
And KamBamrah.
Hi everyone. So I'm an ex-banking in-house recruitment consultant. I'm currently working for a management consultancy at the moment. But on the side, I'm also a co-founder of a business called Canary Talk, and our mission is to increase people's employability.
Fantastic. So as you see, we've got a great host of knowledge right here. So let's get going with these questions, and we're just going to throw it out there. Yeah. So firstly, guys, what sort of person is going to enjoy listening to? What sort of person is going to love this show? Who do you think is going to go for this?
I think, I'll answer this one. I think people who are curious about business and have ideas on wanting to start a business, especially predominantly those that may have more a social business. And when I say social business, things that are more on the ground and can help certain communities in certain areas. But people who potentially want to hear other stories on how they started, maybe individuals who are overthinking how to start and just need a bit more inspiration on just kind of getting their stuff going.
So a lot of people are like that at the moment. You guys want to to that?
I feel like with me and like my circle of friends, you know, although we went out socially, I didn't really have someone from that group that I could resonate with. we had the common interest, but from a business perspective, I had to kind of look outside of my immediate social circle and find people and network really, and find people in different forums just to find like-minded people, and that has led to one of the businesses that I'm starting at the moment. So I think anyone who's very open-minded, someone who is looking to meet people who share similar interests to themselves and essentially walk away with hopefully some new contacts in either the field you specialise in or a field you aspire to specialise in. I think that's the sort of thing you can expect from Susan.
Well said, thank you. Anything you want to add to this?
Well, what people are going to get from the event itself.
Yeah.
Well, I also do performance enhancement management for people who just want to go that little further.
Yeah.
So I think just by speaking to Cam, I've known Fiona for a hot minute. Like, I know the energy don't lie. Like when the universe is speaking to you, don't speak to you in a language. You're gonna speak to you Japanese, Chinese, you know what I mean, Urdu. They ain't gonna speak to you none of that. It's gonna actually speak to you in vibration and the feeling that you get. Because they don't lie. That's the core. So it's like just by feeling their energies, I know what they're gonna bring to the table. That their evening's gonna be fire. And that you're not only gonna feel motivated, but you're gonna feel reinvigorated. That's the difference. You feel motivated, it's alright. But then how long is it last for? It don't last for long. You feel motivated. You know, like when you watch Kung Fu films, right? You want to kick up everyone. You walk down the road, like them days we used to come out,
for sure.
bricks and ritzy, right? And kick up everyone, especially like you. That's what you feel. You feel that way, right? But it wouldn't last long. That's the difference because you're motivated. But when you're inspired in but the inspirement is in spirit. Okay. So when you're in spirit, spirit comes from the Latin word of sperma, right?
Okay.
Well, right. If you bring it up, right?
Take notes.
But it's actually from the Hebrew of burak, which means breath, right? So you have to think when you're inspired to do something, that's when you become to the spiritual hub of something. Okay. That's when it's deeply rooted inside you. So I know that you're going to leave a bit, you're going to feel inspired because just by the energy, just you two's energy alone. Forget about me. I'm not even involved. You two's energy alone.
Definitely, the energy in here right now
will leave you not inspired because it won't leave you, it's going to stay with you.
Yes, good.
Do you understand? That's the difference. Oh, well, I'm going to leave here and I'm going to feel inspired. No, it's not. You're not going to leave nowhere because the inspiration is going to stay with you and it's going to be continuous.
So
and the connections as well,
yeah,
connections that you make, because I found, just to add on, that your own circle, I think Cam touched on this, your own circle.
That was a good point.
Your own circle sometimes is not the one to
Can't
talk
make it.
to you about your business.
They're talking about
they will listen to you
and
they'll entertain you, they'll entertain you, but
it's not
they're not seeing certain potential in you because they know you as Spence, or they know me as Fiona, or they know you as Cam, but the individual that sees something deeper is somebody that don't even necessarily have to look like it.
Yes, true.
The majority of the time that is the case. I can testify to that.
We have to come out of our own comfort zones as well to kind of find and mix with different sort of characters as well.
So that's good because they'll bring your energy down, your spirit. They say your spirit introduces you as you enter a room, so come fully energized and ready to make some connections. Thanks, guys. So the next question, you want to go for that with them?
I'll just put it out there. Who you follow on Twitter? Just a question anyone wants to ask.
Who's on Twitter that sort of shines for you? Is there someone that you actually are looking at daily? Someone that you can sort of grab onto as well?
Twitter, my audience, I suppose it depends on the business that you're in, because I know where my audience is. Twitter I would use for organisations like myself that use Twitter, and I think I probably should use Twitter a lot more.
Yeah, I was saying that.
And
to
I'm
myself.
not really in. I think my main platforms in terms of media is Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at this particular time. However, Twitter is something that I'm going to probably establish a bit more. Whether or not I manage it from the owner of the company or somebody on the company manages it, it's very different. And I think that's a very key point that you're asking. In terms of how you're using social media nowadays, know where your market is and who your audience is, because there's different, how I communicate to my Instagram audience is very different to how I communicate to my LinkedIn audience, to how I communicate to my Facebook audience. I don't talk the same language then, because my Instagram and Facebook don't even speak the same language no more. Once upon a time they did, but they're very different audiences.
No, you're right. Yeah, I have to agree with that. You guys want to touch on that?
I 1000% agree, and I also want to keep it, really real. I got to a point with like social media and Twitter where I felt like it was like using me, in the sense that I'm on there and I'm just like flicking through and that's like adding up the minutes, even just that action. I spent maybe a half an hour in total. And then, but going back to Twitter, I think, or social media, I feel, for me anyway, like I would try and use it rather than it use me. So for something like Twitter, if I need to do some research on someone, or before I'm reaching out to someone, I might want to find out a bit about them, then I might go on there and do some research. So I'm not, I do utilize it, but again, it can be quite resourceful. I think one thing, because I need to be mindful, I wear two crowns, so to speak, a personal one and a co-founder one. And from a business perspective, it makes commercial sense to be on there, but my personal one is a bit like, I don't want to be getting too much into Twitter per se, but then you need to also be quite commercial as well.
And also with Twitter as well, when you're an industry person, what you've got to do, it's all about followings. So for me, I will follow trends within my industry and within my sphere of influence, especially if, say for example, not to plug them, but the BBC, for example, use me as the go-to person when it comes to anything to do with young mums or mums getting back into work or something within my field. And then my requirement from them will be, well, I need you to tweet this and tweet that and make sure that we're in it. So there's a bit of a, it's not much, there's synergies in there. So it's knowing what you're in it for as well. Do you know what I mean? And how, like you rightly said, is it using you or are you using it? So that's the golden one.
And one thing to it as well, and I'm just going to throw this out because I just remembered it. So I have Twitter, but I'm not like following lots of people. Like I might, follow like Gucci, for example, like the rapper. But that's about it. I like it. But I remember I had a bad experience at Brent Cross in John Lewis with like some wallpaper I was ordering, and I was in there, and I got a call from them, and like the lady was being really like short with me, and I was like, I don't like that. So I jumped on Twitter at John Lewis, not to plug them, and I said something, and I kid you not, within 5 minutes they responded, and there was a £25 voucher for the post that came to me. So
if you've ever got anything that you want to complain about, Twitter is the place to definitely.
Isn't it? You put hashtag them and mention them, and they will get back.
They will respond because people don't want about press.
And I've done it the other way around. With Barclays, I've been quite impressed with them. To me personally, like from a banking, like a customer perspective, I just, I wanted to show some appreciation for it. I was like, at Barclays, thank you. I was going through a bit of a situation that kind of came through, so.
And they do.
I did actually.
Yeah, they tweet you straight away.
You made our day, and it's from a person rather than the corporate account. So it does bring a brand to life, and that can be a gem to walk away with.
Tesco's done that for me actually. And I took a picture.
Come on, Tesco! I'm selling Jamie Oliver's rice.
And they retweeted it. I was like, yeah, because they had sponsored one of my programs.
Dealing with those hashtags coming in.
They retweeted it.
Follow on Twitter, anyone on Instagram, shall we open it up?
It's more boxing based, so it's like, it's not, and the next thing, people get twisted, it's not who you're following, it's who follows you.
Okay.
Right, so everyone's talking about, I'm following this, but I'm not following nobody. I'm not a follower.
I'm not a follower. It's different because how many followers have you got on Twitter? He's got 50,000. So somebody with 50,000 followers can say, I don't follow no one because he's got 50,000.
I follow loads of people, but I follow regular. See, like, there's certain people like.
I need you to retweet some stuff from me.
There's a couple people who are fans of my show. So they're fans of the show, and they will tweet in or and I leave my thing open. Where if you want to DM me, you can just DM me. I don't care. A lot of people DM me about their problems, or they're
sorry.
Right? No, seriously, no. They tweet about their problems, right? And seriously, swear to God,
you know many people that have physically gone out and helped.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's empowering.
Right. So.
We're talking about John Lewis responding.
Right, exactly. No. But I will respond to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, because I know what you're going through. But on certain times now, you got to have like kind of cut off things because certain people want you to counsel them. And I'm saying, Reggie, you have a view for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, exactly.
But that's the norm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So,
entitled to that.
but I will follow like the Joe Blog people. Like I will see, follow me. They got like 8 people following them, and I'll follow them. But I know let's make their day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I'm saying, like you see, like Les Brown says, like Zig Ziglar was the person that said, like you can have anything in the world that you want as long as you're willing to give people what they want, then you'll get in return. So just sometimes you just got to get out to them people that when I mean like it makes their day, it makes their day.
Yeah. One of the dragons from Dragons Den followed me. I was I got a bit excited and it was the lady, you know, I don't even know her name.
Deborah.
And she's in the food, she does the food. Not the older one, the younger one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's one of the only one, isn't it?
No,
There's another one.
Scottish one.
She's also a mum and all of that. So I don't know. Yeah. She followed me. I followed her straight back.
Yeah, I gotta hold it up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, so moving. That's great. So it's not just who you follow, it's who's following you, and you can use it for sometimes to make a comment and make known that you are disappointed with something or you like something. So it's good and works in both ways. Third question to the guys: who are your heroes?
Heroes. That's a good question.
Do you have someone specific? Is it family? Is it someone famous?
Is it a superhero? Is it someone Marvel?
Who are your heroes?
I think my hero, I would say, firstly is my mum. I think I rate her, I admire her, I love the way, she's a woman who has a massive story and she's been there, she's been through some testing times. And she's just held it together, and I admire her courage through everything she's faced. And I have to big up my mum. She's a phenomenal woman.
How many are there?
There's 3 of us.
Okay.
So I'm the eldest. But it's amazing to see how she's just overcome some stuff, and she's keeping it and kept it together and held it together. Also, Oprah Winfrey, I love her. For a woman of colour like myself who, when I look at Oprah's story of what she's gone through as a woman who hasn't had an easy life and what she's, accomplished, black female billionaire. Like, I totally take my hat off to her, and what she also does there's a lot of things that people don't know what Oprah does, like hospitals in Africa, schools, sponsorship, scholarship. She's a phenomenal lady when it comes to philanthropy. She understands what it is, but she stayed true to her core. And I really do admire her story, her journey, and what she represents for a young woman like myself, who didn't have to face half of what Oprah's had to.
She said she had to learn to say no, because she was just anything because she could do it, she was tending to do it. She had to learn to say no, which is
it's a big thing for people to learn how to say no. Isn't it?
It's everyone can say
when to.
You have to know when to say.
But certain people say no quite easy. I'm sorry, son. I'm just sorry.
Not today. So heroes, guys. Who are your heroes? Who's your hero?
This might be a little bit left, but I grew up on Only Fools and Horses, and Only Fools and Horses.
Of course.
Bellboy Trump.
What's that all about?
And for me, there's so much, you see, and eventually he does make it, and there's a few episodes that have moved me emotionally, the number plate Del1, and goes into the pub. I'm getting shivers now. Everyone's clapping. Everyone claps, and it's like a sense of recognition, and I think the faith, I am actually shivering right now. I really mean this. He was consistent. He went from a market trader, when he's out and about, he's trying to be an aspiring yuppie. He went from a council estate where I'm from to the top of the game, and he didn't really change as a person. He didn't really compromise his values. Very family oriented, and albeit a fictional character, I feel I can resonate to him as an individual from a a hustle from an entrepreneurial perspective.
That's a great analogy. That right there, when I've just processed that in my mind, the journey he took, and he did it, as you said, he didn't change his family.
Yeah.
And how many times?
He believed. Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Three-wheeler.
You got Robin.
He was never ashamed of it.
Nah, you just like, why not? You ask him.
At one point, I actually wanted one of those cars, but then when I found out that when you go around the corner too quick,
Don't drop off there.
Maybe not. It's like, what do you do for a living? It's like whatever it takes. You know what I mean?
Simple.
So, Spence.
My hero.
Yeah.
I've got too many. You know what I mean? You got half an hour?
Who jumps out? I mean, if I was to who's my hero?
Two people jump out the most to me. I would say Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
Amazing human being. Imagine like you had 5 million followers, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram, no nothing. Do you understand? And he was a person that started off this emancipation of mindset. He's my guy. But Muhammad Ali, for his stance, 1968, refusing to go to the Vietnam War. You're a bad man. That was a real. That guy is the realest man. Imagine this time, man. 1964, February 25th, 1964, he becomes heavyweight champion of the world. He wasn't even allowed to vote then. Right? Imagine this. You're the heavyweight champion of the world, and in America, where they want to send you to go and fight, you can't even vote. To me, Ali is the realest person on there because he transcended sport. Yeah. He transcended anything because he was there as a man who was taught under Elijah Muhammad from the Nation of Islam, and they were a separatist organization. But this man actually spun it and unified everybody because he had Jews in his camp. He had Irishmen in his camp. He had he had the whole spectrum. You know what I mean? He had Native Americans in his camp. This I'm telling you, like, to me, there was something profoundly spiritual about the guy. The man was loquacious, he was witty, he was handsome, he was an incredible orator. That to me, when Muhammad Ali to me stands out. Like, I ain't got no pictures in my house. Picture of my kids on no walls, no nothing. But there is a picture of Ali that I paid $2.5 grand for. That is in my house. Seriously. And my missus trying to stop me from putting up in the house now, saying, "Nah, there ain't no next picture, mate, going on." But to
a photograph or a painting?
So it's actually it was a picture taken by, I'll tell you who it was. A man called Howard Bingham, who was a personal photographer, and he took the picture, and I had to go. I bidded for Sotheby's for this picture, so I said, right, I've got that. It's framed up, and that's the only picture in my house.
Inspiration, Ali. Who's not inspired by that guy? Again, he kept true to his values,
and he kept it 100.
Yeah, he stayed who he was. I love that. So, okay. I've been like on Instagram and I'm seeing a lot of quotes and a lot of things stand out to me, but for you guys, is there a quote that you live by? Is that something that when times are hard and good or bad, or something that you just always go back to and just gives you that little extra, okay, that's it. You know what I mean? I know, and that sets me on the path again. Is there something that stands out for you?
For me, I think it's a reminder. So whilst my name is KamBamrah, my first name Kam, it is short for Gomanji. And I remember growing up, I never used to like my full name. Like, teachers used to mispronounce it, say Kamal and all this. And I was like, that's not my name, so obviously Kam was a bit more easier. Sure. When I got to a university, I learned what the translation of my name is. And its translation is to win the lotus feet of God. And that led me on to, I know the first half of my name means lotus, and with lotuses, like, so this is the quote, no mud, no lotus. And to me, that's like, like the rose that grew from Creek too. I get that. It's just I've got a different version of it. Like, you can't be a lotus without going through the mud. And for me, it's very humbling. It reminds me that sometimes you might see something pretty, but it came from somewhere, which is the mud, which people don't see. So if you're ever going through a tough time, you know, that might be your metaphorically speaking your mud, but just know that you will blossom into a lotus.
Beautiful.
Like that.
Yeah, I love to think of that one as well. You know?
For me, as a believer, I like, there's a Bible quote that says, all things are possible. And I think when I see like my own personal journey and I look at some stuff and I think, wow, all things are truly possible. And I think when it says to those who believe, and I think when you do believe that all things are possible, the only limitations that are out there is the limitations that I will put on myself, or anything that others say that I will start to believe. But it all starts in the mind, and I do believe that all things are possible, truly, because you just have to step out in faith, and that's what I've done. And a lot of people ask me, how have you done this, how have you done that? I've done nothing different. You know what I've done, if I'm to be honest?
God told you bad mind.
No, yeah, exactly, that is well.
Cut them hold.
I've asked questions, I've asked critical questions, and it looks like, and people want to answer.
Yeah.
So all things are possible, man.
No, it's true, yeah, it's good. Spencer?
Got out the bad mind.
Yes, chop out the bad mind there. Nah, one of my quotes that like is my quote, and I'm like kind of honoured because my mate Ben Day runs Ringtone Gymnasium, and he's got my quote on his wall, and it's like visualize to materialize. And I could break it down long to the metaphoric, but I ain't got it. But my major quote is actually Marcus Garvey. Like Marcus Garvey said, God and nature first made us who we are, then out of our own creative genius we made ourselves who we want to be. Follow that great law, put God and the skies as our limit and our turning our measurement. That is it. That from there I said, nah, I'm rolling. Marcus Garvey. So when he's saying like out of our own creative genius we make ourselves who we want to be. I'm saying right. I'm saying everything now is like we create through our own speech, and if you should break it down, like everything's carbon based. Science tells you this. Now if everything's carbon based, carbon is older than the molecular structure of the universe within itself. Because you've got to think about it, because that was the formulation of the atom that created this, whatever you want to call it, the Big Bang, whether it was God himself that said let there be light, whatever. Carbon based. So when we're speaking, we're actually speaking carbon based. So the carbon is the creation within itself, that you are actually a creator within yourself. And the biggest creator is actually a female, because they were here first. I'm telling you this now. And let nobody. I can destroy anyone on that. Right? I break it down really quickly. X and Y chromosome. The Y chromosome is a mutation of the X chromosome. The female is the X chromosome, hence why we have X-Men. We have all these things. Why the X or the unknown because we don't attribute it to the female. The female is the one that's first, and the female is the closest thing that we have to God. Reason being, when your missus gave birth, what did she do? She created from darkness. Now, what did the Most High do? He created out of darkness. So therefore, the most important thing, or the first thing of anything when you're looking at structure, is actually the female. And when the female's going wrong and is not guided, the children, reason why? Because she's the one that, the hand that rocks the cradle, rules the world. So therefore, if the woman ain't right, everything else is jacked up. You can have the strong-willed, that is who you want, but you know what, you're too strong-willed if you're that strong-willed, because if your female ain't right, everything's mash up. I'm telling you this now, if your woman ain't right in the house, right? I'm telling you now, everything else is jacked up. So right, so you gotta be careful when you're going out choosing your females. You gotta be careful when you're laying down with. You understand?
You don't understand that until you have a few experiences, and then you understand, you know what?
You're coming out your house, she's hiding in the bushes. You know what I mean? You've been down there. Right? The car scratch up.
We've all been there.
Busted tires.
No gender is at the mother's feet. That's what the Muslims say.
So happy wife, happy life. It seems that's the quote I chat. But okay, so Dan, what do you think of the next question?
What we go for?
Heights?
Should we go for?
Yeah. Are you afraid afraid of heights.
Are you afraid of heights?
And if not like me, I'm afraid of heights. Don't lie, I'm a big old guy, but look, you put me up there and I'm like, all shaking and stuff, roller coasters, not for me. So if you're, are you afraid of heights? If not, what are you? What keeps you that little shiver down the spine?
I was up a mountain on Thursday in Ireland, yeah. And when I tell you, because we went to go and look at this and at the top, and I love mountains. There's something about mountains. When I think about, you know, the power of mountains, there's just something really super spiritual, and there's a connection up there, and I just love them. I think they're fascinating. I'm up this mountain and I'm driving, and this mountain goes like this, and there's two carloads of us. My mum's in my car. My mum says, because the car behind us slowed down because they had come out because they were taking pictures. Mummy says, I must reverse back on the mountain, you know. So,
on the narrow road.
So I've reversed it back now. But what's happened? Remember, you're rolling back because you're going up a mountain anyway. As I'm coming back, I've gone to give my pedals brakes. Guess what? I'm putting my foot down.
The accelerator.
I'm in neutral, so it's not like I went forward. I was in neutral. So all I heard was, but then I kind of got a bit frightened. So when I came out, do you know what I did? No, it's manual. You're not.
Neutral, right. Yeah, you do.
No, you can, I suppose, but yeah. When I came out, I gave, you know, some people when they want to let out attention, they go and scream on the top of. You should have heard me. My family were looking at me like, this girl's not stuff. But I needed to get, because I was literally.
Compose yourself.
My fingers, it was my niece that had to do, because I said my fingers had pins and needles. My little 7-year-old niece was doing this. Auntie, you're much sweet. I was like,
so the fear of
the height and the fear and everything. But when I was standing on that mountain, it was just beautiful. But my legs felt.
Yeah, driving up a mountain is not easy, especially on that winding narrow road.
It was lovely.
You done well, because I know people that have.
And the edge, there was nothing, at one point, there was nothing to look down. There was nothing to barricade it. Only they had them wired, but it was just open. Like this. And then I said, all right, come on down, let's get back in the car.
Seen enough.
Done it now.
Christian, come.
What am I afraid of, or like fear? To be honest with you, I've come to realise, because you know when you feel fear developing, it's like that little feeling, like the opposite to butterflies in the air. You can kind of, with the breath, like control it a little bit, or like breathe into it or something, and not let it take over your body, where you might, you know, whether it's anxiety or you might make a rash decision, or you don't want to look silly in front of someone, so you're like, just out of being afraid or something like that.
So,
what I've realised with fear, you can also use it, but without going too deep. But I feel like if I were to leave this earth unfulfilled, like that's something I would fear. Like I don't want that to happen. Just to keep it all the way honest. But as far as like, I mean I don't think about it. I don't want to manifest it. But yeah, that's probably one thing. If I were to be afraid of anything, to answer the question, it may be that.
Nah, you'll be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah,
you're not scared of nothing.
No, not scared of nothing. Back scared free. You mad? Are you mad, fam? Listen to it. It was Les Brown that said that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Right? Les Brown bust that, but I know that Les Brown actually took that quote from Zig Ziglar. Right? So, and I'm saying, like, there ain't nothing to be scared of. And from the time you say that, I ain't frightened of anything. I have apprehension about certain things, right? But that's just human nature to weigh up certain things. But I have no fear, because I know where fear really comes from. Fear comes from the devil, right? I just want you to realize this, but fear is the devil, right? And what happens is, other people, especially if you're working in a workplace. You're working in a workplace, let me tell you this. When you work in a workplace, what will happen is you could end up getting some my boy trying to badge you up because something's kind of wrong at home with their missus or their partner or whatever. Do you understand? Right? You don't keep it correct now because you know what I mean, they can have a partner, right? Same sex as them. But they're going through something wrong. And they want to come inside to the workplace and try and project that on you, right? And when they see you rising, or when they see they can't knock your spirit, they even try even harder. That is the devil. That's the devil, or the closest thing to a devil, because I'm saying not the devil, not horns, because I'm trying to say that these things are energies. They have to manifest in who they have to manifest in human beings. So you could be God and the devil at the same time. But the thing about it is only one of them can come out, right? So they both can't come at you at the same time. So you're either going to be God at one time, or you're going to be the devil at one time. So I understand what fear is, and fear ain't real. Fear is not real.
So just
right. So So I'm telling you now that I'm not fearful of anything, but I'm apprehensive of not completing or being like these human beings. We are on a quest, right? We're on a quest to go and do or to become the best you. So like when people turn around and say, you know, like people like to judge everything. Like how old are you now? Where do you live? What car do you use? What I mean, what do you do for a living? I live for a living. That's what I do for a living. Number one, Shane Seven. That's what, I don't know what you do, but that's what I do. I got beer bars, don't worry about it. I live for a living. Period. Right? And then secondly, if I'm right. So when you get like if you get people who want to take on their negative personas, right, you go check it out. When you most of these people, you go look into them. And I'm not knocking nobody who's on tablets to seduce their mental condition. But they're the same ones who are on Prozac, man. They're the same ones who are drinking. They're the same ones who and they're drinking heavily. They're the same. So you look like they've got their own demons. So I'm saying like you don't project your shortcomings on me. And from the time I got that, that's why I can walk anywhere and feel bored. Reason why? Because no fear, because I know who I am. And I'm comfortable with my skin. And when I'm not comfortable with my skin, I change it. As simple as that. So no fear.
Adapting to situations.
Right, no fear.
Lets you sort of alleviate or overcome.
No fear. That's why I work so hard. The major thing to me is this, that I can provide for my kids. As long as my kids go, I'm cool.
That can be misinterpreted. You know that whole no fear, confidence, knowing who you are can sometimes be misinterpreted to arrogance and cockiness.
No, all the time. You know this already. You know me a long time. I don't care.
Yeah, but the thing is you don't care about that. Do you understand? Because you know we have to get to a point, and I've had to do it as well, because you're not always going to be liked, especially when you're rising. You're not always going to be overly. They're not going to be like, especially because he's in a space where he's not questioning who he is. You can see people's energies who are questioning who they are, and they're not comfortable. Even when they're giving talks, they can't make eye contact. You're thinking, don't be giving motivational speakers. You're not a motivational speaker. You need to. It comes from within. Do you understand? And I think in terms of knowing self, in terms of what he's saying, he's not displaying it in an arrogant space. Like, I know what I've come to get here.
Very much.
Do you understand? Don't misunderstand it. It's not something that you do and you're doing to show off. And it's something that it's just hype and it's noise and it's loud and it's really off-putting. Even if you're following some people on social media as well, you do think to yourself, you shouldn't really be posting certain things because it's not palatable. I call it, it don't sing well. But there's other times when you can say, you know what? I'm bold and confident in who I am. I know who this person is. Do you understand? I'm standing before you. So I get confidence. But assurity as well. There's confidence and there's a self-assurity. You know what I mean?
That's it, surety. So we're here with KamBamrah, Fiona Small and Spencer Fiona as we just go through these questions. And so where are we now?
I think I want to fire this one. I want to know what the audience take from sort of our night. And when they're going home, what kind of things are they going to be thinking about?
Yeah, what they're going to think on the way home. They're driving home, they're
in the car.
Come from our show, Networth and Chill, and they're thinking, listen to you guys speak, like, what will they take from it? What will they be saying to themselves?
I don't want to answer this last. I'm going to take straight standards, right? When they leave, listen to me on this one. When they hear Brother Cam, right? And they hear Sister Fiona, they're going to leave. You're not listening to me. They're going to leave. They're going to leave. Right? They're going to leave. And they're going to be saying to themselves, I want the next one to be tomorrow. Morning. Not tomorrow, not a week later. They'll say, when's the next one? When's the next one? I can't believe that Mike can pull this off. When's the next one? They're going to move.
And tell them to get their questions ready. What What we shouldn't do, guys, is talk too much at them. Let them open up. Let people ask and drill into you. We want to hear your. I want to ask you questions about how did you get from here to here? I saw you with Lennox Lewis the other day. I saw you with this. How did you? What did you go? Hey, Len, what are you doing today? Where are you? I'm coming down. How did that go? So
I actually did.
but how did, before you got to that, how did you get his number in your phone? Do you understand? Let's get to the grips where we're able to ask people the questions, because everybody can talk at people, you know, and sometimes this overwhelming stuff, this information overload can get exactly that. So we don't want to leave these people overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Come with your questions. Come with your questions
speak.
and your notepad and ask the critical questions.
One thing I want to add, so my business partner and I, Harley Khan, you know, we're the founders of Canary Talk, and we've got like one mission. And when it comes to looking for a job, like someone applies, you know, apply for 101 roles and never heard back or whatever. Like, what goes on after I send my CV? Like, where does it go?
Yeah, that is a good question.
So Harley and I, our mission is to like pull that curtain back.
Okay.
And because you know, like an agent or a recruiter, they're kind of like held up in high regard. Like, how did you get my CV? What do you think? We want to like address that level and make it plain.
Brother, you're gonna have massive success in it.
Yeah.
You know what? Because you know what? I have never ever written. No, I've never written a job application in my life. Never. I have never sat down and written a job application in my whole life. Once I did. When I was 16, when Champion Sports just opened up down Piccadilly, and I said, I think, you remember that day? Right? And yeah, you know, right? And I thought, right, 6 weeks holiday, no, I was 15. 6 weeks holiday, lie, I say I'm 16, I was 15. And that's the only time that I ever wrote out a job application. I've never ever written out a job application other than that. Never.
I was listening to when he was boxing, I was listening to the commentary, and he said that you run. Is it Frank Warren?
That's right.
And pretended to be Lloyd Hannigan and said you've got to watch this guy Spencer Fearon because he's like, oh my days.
See, I've been always on
You've
hustle.
been banging that door
From there. Not only that, but Lloyd used to train me back in the day as a kid, and I could do his voice really well. I do love his voice really well. So I did. I phoned up Frank and I said, yo, Frank, me and Lion, right? Me and Lion rap me, right? Don't ever watch this guy, and I'm well, we can find down on the side of open up. And yeah, I got a contract that way. That's how I got a contract.
So, like, I'm not saying to go and ring like people, but
we don't suggest you
keep knocking those doors down.
They might have their version of that.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully, you know, if you come prepared with your questions, as Fiona mentioned earlier, and you're open-minded and you want to, you know, like network and walk away with something, you know, just have them ready. You know, whatever the subject matter's about, I'm sure one of us three and obviously the whole team here will have something to give you to walk away with.
Yeah, there'll be follow-up and workshops that we'll try and offer you guys as well.
Definitely.
You know, for these guys to probably give you some mentoring. We've got let me just go over the name of the event, Networth and Chill Ldn. It's on Tuesday, the 11th of September, 6 till 10 p.m. at the Revolution Bar. Where is the Revolution Bar, Dan?
The Revolution Bar is 95 to 97 Clapham High Street, Clapham, London, SW4 7TV.
And for a few more details and information, tickets is like £10. £10. And for the wealth of knowledge and inspiration that you're going to walk away with.
I mean, £10. They charge them too cheap at £10.
And you want to come in at this end because we're going to go to next year doing big motivational
It's
speaks.
£50 ticket team.
It's not even about the money, it's what you're getting out.
Definitely.
It's more about
development. What you can do
what you're going to get
in the community as well.
So, you know, these guys, KamBamrah, Fiona Small, Spencer Fearon, we're just going to wrap up on that one. Guys, would you like to say anything about your own personal
I think
organization?
self-development or self-investment is going to be your best investment. That's what I'd like to say.
Just off the back of that, we mentioned like fair earlier on and like social circles and like the value in like networking. Someone might be watching this, they might be thinking, well, none of my friends are available. If they're not available, don't let that fear kick in and be like, I'm just stay at home. I catch you on Insta after. Just come through. You'll meet friends. Don't let that voice hold you back.
Perfect. Yeah.
And I'm saying lastly, speak it, seek it till you see what you say. I mean, you are a creator. I just want you to know this part here. And everything that we see, every invention that we design, everything that we've seen on the planet Earth that has been made has come out of someone's thinking capabilities. So you're either going to use your brain, right? You're going to use your brain for it to serve you, or someone's going to use their brain on you, and you're going to serve them, right? So grab this thing with 2 hands. I'll see you all on the 11th of September.
Nice to sit beside you tonight. I'm walking away from just thank you.
I show them how to network. For that Netflix and chill, what's your net worth?
Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always.